These interviews at the Morton in the Morning Desert Party Pad for Coachella 2015 made possible courtesy of Muscle Pharm. Real athletes, real science, and we thank them for that. Coachella, second weekend. The first weekend, you roll out with a new stage setup. You're coming into second weekend. Do you attend the festival and just kind of walk around in front of everybody, just kind of hanging out, checking out other bands?
I do, of course. I mean, this is the best festival in the world, so I take time to come and hang out.
Compared to, because you're all around the world, and there are often exotic locations where you're performing. How does this stack up in terms of that? Because it is a resort location for old people when it's not Coachella. What's the vibe like when you're walking around?
It's amazing. I mean, I think this festival is unique because they put the music first.
Yeah.
Like, it's always been forward-thinking in the programming and the bands that they bring. It's just, been ahead of the curve compared to most festivals around the world. But then, of course, I'm a little bit biased. I live in LA, so this is kind of like our hometown festival. So, of course, I'm going to say it's the best people and the vibe's great. But I mean, there's a lot of amazing festivals around the world. I think these guys just really lead the pack as far as the talent that they bring.
When you're on stage and you're performing, you talk about the fact that there's so much energy, and you realize every set of eyeballs is on you. I think for the average person that watches that video, that's always taken right behind the DJ, and you can see that audience. Is there ever a time when you just are overwhelmed? You're like, I feel like I'm getting emotional right now in a way that it's going to impede my performance. Does it ever get to that point?
Only a couple times in my career have I really gotten like emotional. I think usually it's just more exciting for me and just kind of channeling that energy into the performance and making things work and like having the best show of my life. When I played Staples Center, it was kind of like a homecoming moment, and then San Francisco, the first time I sold out the Bill Graham Auditorium, it was a big moment. Those are big venues, and it's kind of be returning. My career started when I was in San Francisco, so I did get a little choked up when I grabbed the mic at the end of the show.
You get that perspective, right? You're like,
yeah. I mean, it's cool.
This is gonna work out.
Yeah, 15 years ago, I was living in San Francisco on Polk Street, starving, and didn't have money to pay rent, and then to be standing there at Bill Graham in front of 12,000 fans and finish an incredible show. Those are tough moments to keep a straight face with.
Have you ever had your parents? I imagine if I were a guy who had made it in that business, I would love just once for my parents to be side stage and look out and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane.
Maybe I'm not a jackass after all. Look at me now.
I was telling you this would work out. Look. Did your folks doubt you? Have they ever been to a big show?
I invite family to shows, and it's been cool. They've been able to see this slow and steady rise over the years. Yeah, my family's been able to. I mean, they've been there and they've been very supportive. Sure, I think in high school when I was out spending lots of late nights at studios and nightclubs around Chicago, it was a tough thing to support, but they were always cool. They were always like, all right, let's see where this goes.
Well, hey, want to check out Never Sleep Alone? I'm sure you'll be working it on stage, main stage, Sunday night.
Definitely.
At Coachella. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Kaskade.